I wish I could claim him as a son.
Oh God, yeah. Yeah, you're way cooler than my dad.
Don't let him see that.
Sorry,
Oh,
Dad.
please let him see that clip.
If I could
Yes, like this. So you have to just go like that. And
There
then,
you go.
yes.
Boom.
He gave me permission to hurt him. And today, I found out he ended up in the emergency room.
So, Matt, this is the second time in your career you're playing someone who's trying to get home from The Martian to the Odyssey. I was wondering, is this something you're drawn to, or does Hollywood keep stranding you places?
They can strand me as long as they want if those are the outcomes.
Yeah.
You know, Interstellar, I'm also stranded.
Yeah.
So those are some good.
Saving Private Ryan, you're a little
Saving
stranded.
Private Ryan. So those are, you know, I'll take those
Yeah.
jobs
Yeah.
if I can get them.
I mean, if they make as good films as those, keep them coming.
Yeah, that's exactly.
That's a good list there.
That's a good
Yeah.
list.
That's a great list.
That's going to be a great clip. And Tom, I was wondering if there was lessons you took from doing Romeo and Juliet on stage, bringing into this, and if so, what were they?
I tell you what, the most valuable lesson I learned from doing a play was I found my focus improved greatly, because you'll be doing these complicated lines and someone might be coughing or someone's phone might go off, and you can't allow one person to disrupt the experience for 1,000 people. And, you know, I used to find myself struggling on set if, you know, sets are busy places, they're noisy, there's lots of movement happening behind the camera. I used to find it really difficult to stay focused. And after doing that play and exercising that every single night, I definitely have found much more focus. when
That's
I'm
a
on camera.
great observation, actually, because you're making me think that there are film actors I've encountered who are more fragile. You know, if a phone goes off or if a thing, you know, and when you do a play, you have no choice but to, like, the lights
let
are
it
on and you
happen.
make your
Yeah.
entrance and you have to keep going. And you're right, it does really improve your concentration.
Well, there you go. Recommend it to every actor. Get it done. John, obviously you first tackled Shakespeare with Romeo and Juliet. Now to Homer. I was wondering, with the Odyssey, obviously they're worlds apart. Did that experience with one classic influence the other?
That's a great parallel you made, because it did. I mean, we had a study with Baz Luhrmann. We had a 2-week Shakespeare workshop with all the actors, Leo and everybody. And when I looked at this script and the dialogue that I had, I definitely thought of that. You know, like, how do I make this dialogue come to life and make it conversational? Because that's what Chris told me at lunch. Like, can you make this exposition conversational? I go, I'll do my best.
Himesh, I was wondering if there was a film called The Odyssey about your life, what would the story be?
Oh, man.
Oh my gosh, a young brown kid from a small village tries to get to the city to find more brown people.
Amazing.
All right, that's great. That's
That's
great.
basically my life.
Amazing.
I'm jumping in that movie.
Yeah.
I want to be a part of it. I'll be your sidekick.
Yeah.
And Lupita, you've shown how powerful silence can be as an actor. I think, like, you can say 1,000 words without saying anything,
Oh,
just
wow.
on your face. And I was wondering if you'd maybe ever asked a director if they can cut a line so you can replace it with a look.
Most definitely. Oh, yes, that happens often.
Really?
Yeah. I can't remember any specific line, but oftentimes that's the workshop of getting something off the page, is that when you consider behavior, you don't need the words as much, and it can be so much more powerful.
Definitely. Well, you do it so well.
Thank you.
I was wondering if at any point, Benny, that if you tapped into that director side of you while you were acting, like, did it at certain moments just click?
No, not really. You know, because like Chris has got it pretty under control.
Yeah.
So it's like
Didn't ever feel the urge to
no, but
jump.
there definitely is a part of me that's like looking around and just like, oh, okay,
Taking
it's not
notes.
not so bad, or oh, I can't believe I wish I had 1,000 people that I could throw in and
Yeah.
do this.
Amazing.
But there's yet part of it is like, yeah, you in this though it's a nice experience to kind of just give yourself up and be a part of the process, you know, and yeah, it was amazing.
You recently said, Matt, that filming this was more like an expedition.
Yeah.
And I was wondering, was there any situations during either being out in the ocean, in the storms and stuff, that you actually feared for your life?
No, never.
Chris is super safety conscious.
Yeah, he's like, obsessive about safety, and the trick is to and what's hard is to make something look dangerous but not have it actually be dangerous, and so there was a lot of that, but that takes a lot of work but no, there was never any fear. Even when he was waterboarding me at the end at the Universal backlot. I knew I was still going to make it to lunch.
What's the story behind that?
Well, we had to get some close-ups on the raft, and it was the last day of shooting, and so I'm lying on this raft because we'd done stuff in the open ocean, but we needed a controlled environment to shoot these tight shots, and so water started getting poured on my head, and I just heard him giggling, and I'm like, I haven't heard you laugh while we're working for 100 days, and this is the one. I'm like, you're waterboarding me on the last day of work. So
I was wondering for the both of you, if you could steal one quality from each other as actors, what would it be?
Oh my God, I love
Where
it.
do I begin?
Yeah. I was gonna say the same thing. That moment where you were deciding that you were gonna turn against Matt Odysseus.
Yeah.
I mean, you could read everything in your face,
thanks,
and the
man.
way you take your time to give us all those emotions that you were going through, and so transparent. It was.
Thank you.
It was great.
It's John Leguizamo. I don't know where do I start. If I could do any of the iconic roles, but we were just talking about Ice Age, so that was a pretty. If I could.
Yes, like this. All you had to do is go like that, and
There
then
you go. Boom. just like that.
You
And
would
it's
give it a
like-
go?
20 years of iconic animated movie right there.
True.
So, yeah.
Luigi as well. Yes.
Oh yeah,
That
Luigi.
as well, by the way. I remember that
yeah.
when I was a kid. Yeah.
And I was wondering for the both of you, if you could steal one quality from each other as actors, what it would be?
Your ability to access that just like raw emotion, but like that.
No.
Definitely.
Thank you.
I have to build it up. I can't just like.
I would take his long-suffering nature, because when we were doing our scene, he gave me permission to hurt him, and every time I checked in with him, he said he was okay.
Yeah.
And today, I found out he ended up in the emergency room.
Did you actually?
No. It was definitely. I was definitely not entirely truthful when I was saying it didn't hurt.
He hurt. It
was
hurt
hurting.
him.
Wow,
I hurt him.
it paid off on screen.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, you two play a father and son in the film. Did that relationship naturally carry behind the scenes? I know you didn't get to have loads of scenes together.
I actually see him a lot more as a colleague than as a son figure. You know, I may be an older brother, or maybe I'm just don't want to get old. But no, he's incredible and reminds me a lot of me at that age. You know, he's accomplished more than I had by that time, I think. But just great choices, just unbelievably professional and kind to everybody. I wish I could claim him as a son.
Would you claim him back?
Oh God, yeah. Yeah, you're way cooler than my dad.
Don't let him see that.
Sorry,
Oh,
Dad.
please let him see that clip.
No, I remember my dad. One of the most memorable moments I have with my dad is sitting down. We were on a family holiday in Portugal, and he finally decided I was old enough to watch The Bourne Identity. That franchise is I've spoken to Matt about this ad nauseum. It's one of my favourite franchises going, and I remember sitting down with my dad in Portugal watching that movie for the first time. So working with Matt was very special for me and for my dad.
Benny, would you have added the Odyssey to your massive stack of Criterion films from the Criterion closet?
Oh, would I?
Yeah,
Of course
yeah,
I
yeah,
would
of
have.
course.
Definitely.
What would you tell the camera about why you've chosen it?
Well, I think I would say this is the ultimate realization of a mythical story, you know, and it's as physical and as real as possible, and also just emotionally and physically, and if you want to take a trip through time and place, this is what you should watch.
John, I was wondering if you could revisit one character from your career for one more day, who would it be and why?
Wow. Oh damn. I mean, maybe Bob Trevino, because he's such a sweet character, and I don't usually play like nice, sweet characters. So I think Bob Trevino, I'd like to revisit that. Sounds like a simple, normal guy.
You got your start on EastEnders.
Yeah.
And I was wondering if there's one lesson you learned there that you still carry with you today, even a film as big as The Odyssey.
There's an element of pace when you shoot a soap like that. You've got scenes to get through, and you don't necessarily even have time to get into what the scene is and like chat about it. And that's often the case on a movie like this as well. You have time, like Chris is all ears, but the day's the day and we've got to get the day. So eventually at some point you just got to do the scene and just roll the camera and see what happens. And that, like having that ability to just sort of dive into something and get it done and trust that it's all going to be okay, that I think that definitely got fostered.
Lastly, I was wondering, did either of you steal anything from set? Did you keep a prop?
I went back to where we were shooting in Iceland. My family came, we all went around, and I was like, oh, we gotta go to the spot where we filmed this scene.
Yeah.
And when we got there, everything was gone, and I was like, this is where we were, and I was explaining it to my kids, and then there was a piece of the wood that was part of one of the fires, and I was like, no, I'll take that.
Yeah.
And then, of course, it was filled with all this black sand and got all over my clothes.
Oh.
Yeah, but that was it.
That's
And I took it. There was a hand warmer that I remember leaving. That I left behind. I'll take that too.
Yeah. Clean up while you're there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
How about yourself?
I just think that, in like 90, 100 years, someone will make a compilation of all actors talking about the things they stole, and they think we're despicable people. Don't you think?
Yeah, probably. But it's also
I mean, I didn't steal anything. I wish I did. Not saying that I'm above it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm above it.
No, for sure.
But they were pretty tight over there.
Okay.
Yes.
I wanted to steal my Helen wig.
Okay.
That I wanted to steal.
And let me just be clear. I didn't steal the piece
You
of
took
wood
it.
because it was left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it
You were
was
just tidying
it was
up.
just there. Yeah, exactly.
I had criminal thoughts. I did not carry out.
I would be the same. I'd definitely be stealing something. That's all we have time for. But thank you so much, guys. Again, such an amazing film.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.